what is going on YouTube? It is your boy Tropical NHL back at it again for a brand new YouTube video. Today we're going to be talking about the Montreal Canadiens because I've seen some things that pisses me off. Of course, you already know it. Before getting into the video, I invite you guys to subscribe if you haven't already. We're trying to get the 4K subscribers before the draft. That's coming in 2 weeks. So we're 220 away from 4,000. So if you help me out with that by subscribing and turning post notifications on, that would be amazing. As well as the like button. Let's try and get 100 likes on this video. Today we're going to be talking about your favorite Montreal Canadiens player, Juraj Slafkovsky. Last summer there was some absolute hype going around Juraj Slafkovsky. People were talking about him all the time. People were excited to see him. People were talking about how good this guy would be. People were watching his highlights, making reaction videos, making videos like every 2 days talking about Slafkovsky and how good he was. And now there's nothing, absolutely nothing going on with Juraj Slafkovsky, and people call him a bust. People say that the Habs made a mistake, and people don't even include him in the conversations when they talk about Habs prospect and Habs young guys. And for me, it's absolutely ridiculous. People already forgot about Juraj Slafkovsky. I mean, people are gonna talk about Riley Kidney before talking about Slafkovsky, and for me, it's kind of crazy. Have you guys forgot that Juraj Slafkovsky is only 19? Well, he just turned 19 and we drafted him first overall not even a year ago. I mean, Juraj Slafkovsky was an absolute stud at the Olympics, at the World Championship, at the end of the season in the SM Liga last year before he got drafted. I mean, people seem to be more hyped up about Jared Davidson than about Juraj Slafkovsky. Like, it's already decided in most of you guys' head that Slafkovsky is a bust and that he won't be able to get more than 40 points in his entire career in the NHL for some reasons. I mean, every time I talk about Slafkovsky, every time I tweet about Slafkovsky, there is more people calling him a bust, saying that it was a mistake, saying all this negative stuff about the kid, than there's people hype about him. The other night I was on live stream and we talked about Slafkovsky for like 5 minutes, and all the comments that were linked to Slafkovsky were some negative ones. Here's the guy that left the comment: "How do you expect 70 points out of Slav when he can't even skate with his head up?" And I responded with those emojis, and the other guy went on and said, "Slav will never be a 70-point player. The best we can hope for is 50 points. The guy played in 39 games. His average time on ice was 8 minutes. Can you give the poor kid a chance, man? Come on." And I know there's going to be controversy in the comments of this video. People are going to call me dumb. People are going to say, "What do you expect? This guy can't even skate with his head up. This is just stupid." Yes, the guy might not have been as ready as we thought to play in the NHL, but that does not mean he's a bust. Like, come on, he played 39 games. You need to let him adapt. He's going to be fine. He's going to be a good player. I mean, more than half of the NHL scouts had this guy at the top of their list last year, saying that he had the best offensive ceiling of his draft. The guy played 39 games. 39. He just turned 19 years old. How can you judge a guy on only 39 NHL games? And in those 39 NHL games, he had an average on ice time of 9 minutes. Like, you can't judge the guy with that. And he scored some pretty nasty goals as well. I mean, that one-timer on the power play when he scored against the Buffalo Sabres, when it was like his first presence ever on the power play, was pretty impressive. You saw some flashes of him on the ice. You can see what he can bring. He's noticeable when he's on the ice. This guy is going to be perfectly fine. He's going to be a great player for the Habs, and don't forget about him. As I see a lot of people making lines for the future about the Habs, they include players that are not even with the Habs yet, like Pierre-Luc Dubois, that might never come, before including a guy that's in our system that we took a bet on by selecting first overall in Juraj Slafkovsky. Like, y'all rather see some players that are not even with the Habs on your future top 6 lines before putting a guy like Slafkovsky. Crazy stuff, crazy stuff. Yeah, but Tropical, he only got 10 points. He was invincible at the NHL level. Yes, where were all the other guys in his draft? Not in the NHL. That's it. That's the only answer I'm going to give you guys. Yes, they produced, but they were playing in junior. They were playing in the NCAA. Like, it's easier to produce in junior than produce in the NHL. If Slafkovsky would have been in the NCAA, if Slafkovsky would have been at the World Juniors, if Slafkovsky would have been in the OHL, he would have produced as much of them. Take Logan Cooley last year and put him in the NHL. I can guarantee you that he wouldn't have done much better than Slafkovsky did. You're comparing guys playing in junior getting points with a guy that's playing in the NHL at the same age that's not getting as much points. It's pretty stupid. For example, let's compare his statistics with Shane Wright. I mean, a lot of people still are all about saying that the Habs should have drafted Shane Wright. Well, look at that. Shane Wright in the AHL playoffs this season played 18 games with the Coachella Valley Firebirds, and he got 2 goals, 4 assists, for 6 points in 18 games. If it would have been Slafkovsky playing with the Lava Rocket getting those statistics, y'all would have called him a bust. But if it's Shane Wright, it's okay. I even saw some people saying on Twitter, yeah, but it's because his ice time was low. Well, it's the same goddamn thing for Slafkovsky in the NHL. Your arguments are good for some players, but when you're using the same arguments to defend Slafkovsky, those are not valid. Like, come on. Have you guys forgot about Jack Hughes? I mean, people were calling Jack Hughes the biggest bust in NHL history in his first couple of seasons. I mean, look at those stats. 21 points in 61 games. People were calling him a bust after 61 games. The year after, he got 31 in 56. People are still calling him a bust. And then all of a sudden, 56 points in 49 games, got injured, and this year he got 99 points, and people are just sucking him off. The same people that were calling him the biggest bust in NHL history a couple years back are now riding it like crazy. Let's say, for example, that Jack Hughes would have been sent to the NCAA instead of playing his 18-year-old season in the NHL. He probably would have been one of the best players in the NCAA, maybe winning an Obie Baker trophy, and things would have been much different. He would have never been called the biggest bust in NHL history. People would have said instead, oh, look at this. Jack Hughes is having amazing statistics in the NCAA, and he's probably one of the best prospects in the NHL. But because they played him in the NHL when he was 18 and he underproduced, he was a bust. It's the same thing for Slafkovsky right now. I mean, if the Habs would have sent him down to the OHL and would have got 125 points, for example, people would be so hyped about him, like so hyped. But he's the same player as he is right now. The only difference is that he played in the NHL instead of playing in the OHL. He has the same potential. It's the same thing. People just overlook the statistics, man. It's just normal that he's not getting the same statistics that he would have got in junior playing in the NHL at 18. It's just some pure logical thing. He's not Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid is once a generational type of player, just like Connor Bedard. But that doesn't mean because he's not McDavid that he won't be a good player in the NHL. Like, come on. He's gonna get 70 plus points. He's going to be perfectly fine, and he's gonna improve over the next couple of seasons. You can't judge an entire career of a player by only watching him for 39 games when he's 18 years old. That's not how it works. I mean, just look at Joe Thornton, for example, one of the best players in NHL history. Rookie season, 55 games played, 3 goals, 4 assists, 7 points. He got more than 1,500 points in his career in the NHL. I'm sure people were calling him a bust in his first season, that's for sure. But he still has time to develop. He still has time to improve. The guy is not even 20 yet. Like, give him a break. Don't forget about him, man. Stop hitting on his head. Stop hating on the kid. Be positive about it, man. This guy has everything he needs to be a good NHL player. But apparently for you guys, Jared Davidson getting 88 points in the WHL at almost 21 years old is more impressive than Slafkovsky playing in the NHL at 18. There's not any common sense in that. Like, I mean, I've seen some people saying that Davidson would be a top 6 forward, but Slafkovsky would be like a fourth line player, power forward that just hits hard and doesn't get any points. Like, come on, man. Stop forgetting about Slafkovsky. We have it in our system, and I can guarantee you that practically the entire NHL would take a guy like him on their team as soon as right now. We have a really, really good prospect, a really good project in our hands, and we're just like kind of happy about it. We're ungrateful. I mean, I know most of you guys get what I'm saying, but there's so many people that are forgetting about him, even experts on TV. The other day I was watching on Shama, they were saying like, oh, but Slafkovsky is not an exceptional. He's not going to be like Jack Hughes. It's not going to be like that. Who could have guessed Tage Thompson would be that good? Who could have guessed it? Nobody, man. It's the same thing. You can't guess those things. Yes, he might turn into a bust, but you can't know it right now because the guy only played 39 games. So yes, can we just like wait and see? Like, come on, man. Stop with your PTSD bullshit. Like, he's not Kotkaniemi. He's not fucking Louis LeBlanc. He's not Alex Galchenyuk. Y'all are stuck in the past and it's annoying. Like, Please stop this. I can guarantee you Slafkovsky is going to come in training camp. He's going to be lighter. He's going to be more explosive. He's going to be better. He's going to have more confidence. And I can guarantee you, you can record this if you want. Slafkovsky is going to get 50 points as soon as next season. All right. So yeah, let me know what you guys all think about this in the comments below. It's been your boy, Tropical NHL. Subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, share, do anything as you want. Join the Discord. Link is in the description. And I'll see y'all later for another video. Have a nice rest of your day. And bye-bye.